I'm Jayla Koriyan if you're new. Today's video is a special one because it is a new segment on my channel called Cooking with Jayla, and we are going to be cooking every single week. In addition, on this series, we're going to be having special cocktails of the day. So I'm going to be making a special cocktail that you guys can also try at home. I'm a foodie, so if you're a foodie, make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and we're going to be cooking and stuff. I'm super excited. In today's Cooking with Jayla, we are going to be making steak, a loaded shrimp potato, and asparagus. This is a perfect dinner for two, maybe with your bae. Cuffing season is approaching, so if you don't know how to cook, girl, we're going to get you together. Like, you're going to know how to make the meals that seem hard, but they're not hard, but they look fancy, so you can impress him, girl. Alright guys, so it is grocery store haul time. I'm going to be showing you guys what I got to make this meal. So the first thing that you're going to need, you're going to need some shrimp. It doesn't matter what kind. These are the deveined and deshelled, so I don't have to do that extra work by peeling them. So I just got some already prepped up and ready for me. The next thing that I got is some steak. Now, it's different types of steaks and it all depends on what you like. Now, my personal favorite is a T-bone steak. They don't always have that at the grocery store, my local grocery store. So I got a different cut of steak, but whatever steak that you like, you can use. The next thing that I got is a vegetable. I got asparagus, and then I also got okra as an alternative. Depending on what type of vegetable you like, you can also do broccoli or whatever green vegetable to add on the side of your meal. And I like to cook my steak with the onion. You're going to need some plastic wrap, cheese and sour cream for the loaded baked potato, of course, some potatoes. I got a little bit extra because I'm fat and the next day I like to eat more. And then I like to eat my steak with A1 sauce, whatever steak sauce you prefer. Honestly guys, the seasoning of your food is really going to make or break it. So I'm going to tell you guys what seasonings I use. I actually don't use that many. Salt and pepper. I love seasoned salt. It adds a nice touch to it. Garlic powder. Now for the steak, the magic to my steaks is I like to use the Grill Mates steak seasoning. This should be at your local grocery store, but this is a seasoning for steaks. They also have it in like chicken or like spicy hot peppers, just whatever taste you want your food to taste like, they have it. I love using Grill Mates. Like the steak is just bomb. And I like my food spicy, so I like to use some cayenne pepper. Shrimp I always season with Obey and butter. So I'm going to use a little bit of butter. Oh, lastly, so that my steak doesn't stick to the pan, I like to add some extra virgin olive oil, just like a tad bit to the pan. And so I think I have everything out that I need to make this meal, so let's get to prepping. So I have prepped my area. I have a cutting board, a plate for me seasoning the steak, a bowl for me seasoning the shrimp. I am going to be putting the asparagus in the oven. I just have like an oven pan with some aluminum foil on top. And then for the potatoes, this is what I'm going to start with because it is going to take a little bit more time, and I have my plastic wrap. Let's go ahead and do the potatoes. I have a special way of doing potatoes that I feel like is pretty quick, so if you want to do it for like lunch or just eating a loaded potato, you can definitely do it. So let's open up the bag. I'm only going to be doing 2 potatoes right now. So I'm going to get 2 out. I'm going to make sure I clean off my potatoes, so I'm about to go to the sink and clean them off. Make sure you guys have your Bounty close by. You may need it. Okay, I'm going to get a knife because we are going to want to poke holes in the potato. So I'm going to go ahead and poke some holes into my potato. Don't cut yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the potatoes in plastic wrap. So I'm just going to wrap it all around. Not too much, doesn't have to be that much. So I just wrapped it around so it's fully covered. I want the top and the bottom to be fully covered and wrapped around. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to poke some holes in the saran wrap so that the potato can breathe when we put it in the microwave. So this is how one potato looks. Now I'm going to put my potato in the microwave for 5 minutes on one side and 5 minutes on the other. One at a time. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do 2 at a time, but we're just going to do 1 at a time. One potato is going. As soon as that ends, we will flip it to the other side and then start the other one. As we do that, we're going to move on to our asparagus. I'm just going to rinse this off. Okay, take my asparagus out. I'm going to preheat the oven to about 350. Take the asparagus out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the ends of the asparagus. So I don't really like all of this thick stuff down here. Rinse off your vegetable. Gotta clean them. Clean, 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 clean. Okay. Now I'm going to spread these out. And I am going to now cut the ends of the asparagus. All of this off. This can go in the trash. And we are now going to put our asparagus on here. I am going to season it a little bit of seasoned salt, some salt and pepper. I like my food well seasoned, so I'm probably going to season these with a little bit more stuff. Let me figure out what I want to put on. So I'm using another Grill Mates. This is the roasted garlic herb, and this is my first time using it, but I already love their seasonings. I'm going to just cut up me a few pieces of butter and lay them on top. I know this is a lot of butter, I know. We like our stuff well seasoned. Okay, asparagus does not take that long, so I'm going to just sit this over to the side until we're ready for that to go in. Clean up my workspace. Okay. Alrighty, what do you have next? Next, I'm going to season the shrimp. We're just going to cut this bag open. You do not need all these shrimps. I'm just making these shrimps because sometimes I like to save some for later. So I'm going to make them all, but you only need about 5 shrimps per potato. Unless you're a fat ass like me. So, put it all the way in. So make sure that your shrimp is thawed out and they are not hard. So just sit them in some water for about, 10 minutes. We're going to use Obey. I use a generous amount. Shake them on. And I'll mix it up. Shake more. Mix it up. Shake more. Clearly I have a small bottle, so. My shrimp is seasoned and now ready to go. I'm going to place it over here and then wash my hands. The last thing that we have to prep is the steak. So I'm going to go ahead and take this steak out of the packaging. Now don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, y'all. Like, you can just wash your hands. Make sure you're using proper hand washing when cooking. And when you're using it and seasoning it, if your hands are dirty and you put your hand on it, make sure that you clean it off. Some people rinse their meats and then some people don't. Honestly, I feel like that contaminates the sink a lot. So I'm not going to rinse my meat, but I think it's just a personal preference. Make sure you wash your sink out if you rinse your meat, okay guys? So I'm not going to rinse my meat. I'm going to go ahead in with, what I do like to do is I like to stab my steak. And with my steaks, I love steak with a bone in because I feel like it just gives the steak more flavor versus the ones without a bone. So that's how I choose what steaks I like. Get some of this on, a little bit of seasoned salt. Now also, a thing that you need to eye is how big your steak is. If you have a really thin steak, you don't have to use as much seasoning as you would if it's a bigger steak. So just keep that in mind that you don't want to over season. I'd rather your stuff be a little bit under seasoned and you have to add some more versus over seasoned. And honestly guys, my steak seasoning is done. Like, that's how much I use this stuff. It's done. It's okay. I'm just gonna use some of this. You can always use a different seasoning. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the roasted, what is this? Roasted garlic herb, just because I don't discriminate against seasonings. All of our steaks are seasoned up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. So I wait to start all of my things until I can put it all on at the same time, because I like all of my food to be warm and not cold. So if you do one thing and then it's done and it takes you 20 minutes to do something else, your food is gonna be cold. You want it all to come out at the same time. So we're over here now. This potato is finished. I'm going to pull it out. Mind you guys, this is hot, but I have nails. So I'm gonna put the next one in, put it on 5 minutes. All my stuff is prepped up over here. I'm going to put the steak on. I'm using these 2 pans. I'm going to use a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to slide my steaks into this pan. Most of the time it only fits 2, but we'll do the last one. Turn my burner on. And I'm gonna cook the steaks on medium. Now, as for the shrimp, we are ready for it. Now, I'm gonna use the butter that we had left over. I'm just gonna use a little bit over here. So put some butter. And then I'm gonna cut this iron. Put it on medium as well. And I'm gonna dump my shrimp into here. Hello, shrimp. Now you do not need to use the whole thing like me, like I said. Okay, as that starts, I'm gonna clean up a little bit, clean my seasonings, clean off the countertop. In about, like when the steak is halfway done, I'm gonna go ahead and put the asparagus in, because the asparagus literally does not take that long. If you put it in like at the beginning, it's gonna be about burnt. So I'm about to like clean up my meat, wipe off all of this, and we'll come right back to you. All right guys, our steak is now ready to be flipped to the other side. Now what I do with this little lump, I'll just cut it and split it so that it can lay flat. So let me get some scissors. I just split it down the middle. I like my steak medium well. So the pink on the inside, if you, depending on how you like your steak, and just cut it on the side. So that is, you want it to be cooked all the way, girl. The shrimp is basically done. Shrimp takes no time, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on low. I'm gonna now pop in the asparagus. I'm gonna flip my steak. As you can see, this is a puddle of blood. I don't like bloody steaks, so I just keep flipping them. I like mine done. But at this point, I can now add in some onions. Adding in onions. This is gonna give it a nice taste as well. We're gonna move on to our special cocktail. So these are the things that I have. This cocktail is gonna be called the Glam Bear, also known as the Gummy Bear. So what you're gonna be needing, you're gonna need some vodka. I got some peach vodka, this is Absolute. You're gonna need some sweet and sour mix, some peach schnapps, and lemonade, Sprite. Oh, and how could I forget? You're gonna need some gummy bears. I'm super excited about this. I used to drink this all the time in college. Like, this was the only thing. I would go up to the bar and say, yes, can I get a gummy bear? Or actually, I didn't even have to go up to the bar because they already knew what I wanted. Like, that was my drink. Like, I created that drink there. Okay, here we go. I actually don't know how much of what we should put in, so we're gonna wing it and you guys can see. I have this cute little pitcher. Oh, and then the glasses. And then I have these cute little glasses for drinks. Oh, I need some ice out. Jayla the bartender. Jayla the bartender. Okay, here we go. Let's try this thing. Here we are. I just know how it's supposed to taste. I'm only gonna need one little can of soda. As as a bartender, I feel like I should just wing this thing because, yeah, we're just gonna have to do taste tests because I'm making a bigger picture. A little bit of Sprite. A little bit of vodka. A little bit of peach. A little bit of sweet. Actually, I like a lot of this. Now this is a drink that gets you really messed up because it's supposed to like sneak up on you because it's supposed to be so good. Yes. Okay, and now, because I think I got it to the taste that I want to. Let me taste it one more time. Turn the asparagus off because I almost forgot. That's how it was tasting in college, baby. A little bit more alcohol, but the alcohol is out there. And I could have put the gummy bears at the bottom, but they probably will float to the bottom anyways. I'm using the gummy bears. Well, I would like to get it open. Also, with the gummy bears, if you want to, you can let these soak overnight in the vodka so that when you eat the gummy bears, it's like alcohol infused. I didn't do that, but you can. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna let this sit in the fridge until all our food is finished. All right, so the only thing that's finishing up is the steak. We're gonna go ahead and pop these potatoes open. I'm going to load them up. Got my butter, got my cheese, got my sour cream. Just need some salt and pepper. Where's the salt and pepper? Right here. New knife. Steak is almost finished. So, the potatoes, I'm just gonna cut down the middle. You can take off the wrap at that point. Now I'm going to put some butter in the inside of this as it's hot. I'm going to crack it open. So we're going to load it up. Crack it open, get all the potato in the inside. Get some of this butter. I'm going to put some salt, some pepper. We are going to be putting some sour cream on this. A dollop here. A dollop here. I like a little bit more. We are going to be putting some cheese on top. I like a lot of cheese. Boom. Zam. The last step to the potatoes is adding the shrimp on top. That's how you make it a little bit fancy. It ain't no regular potato. It's shrimp loaded potatoes, okay? It's so bomb though. So I'm gonna get some of the shrimp and I can just, actually I'm gonna wait till we get the plates out. Because everything is done. So get your fancy plates out, not the plastic ones. Just go to the store and buy some from Walmart, like the little cute ones. Okay, you wanna make your bae or whatever you wanna call him. Think you doing something? Okay. Put the potatoes on the plate. We can get our steak. Which steak do I want? Steak on the plate. Boom. If you like onions, you can put a little bit of onions. I'm personally not an onion fan. I don't care for them. I just use them as a seasoning. But some people like their little onions, so I'm gonna put that there. You're gonna pull the asparagus out of here. The asparagus is done. Okay, going to add our shrimp on top of the potato. Because I have a lot more shrimp, I'm just gonna drizzle them on like it's some dressing and let them fall like, you know, wherever. So you have a little bit of shrimp too. Is the completed meal and it is now time to eat. I really hope you guys enjoyed cooking with Jayla. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section because that'll allow me to know if you guys like this and I should keep doing it. Next time I would like to cook like lobster and salmon. So let me know what you guys think about this new segment on my channel and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Food down, food down. Who else does a food dance when y'all ready to eat?